Hi everyone, in this video I want to walk you through Maestrop, which is a platform for building, scheduling and monitoring your data pipelines. I will show you the whole flow, like how you set up a connection, how a pipeline gets into the tool and how you actually run it, as well as how you can keep an eye on everything from the one place. Let's jump straight into it. So this is the home page. Think of it as your control center. Up top is a live health check of the platform, the metadatabase, the scheduler, the triggerer, and the DAG processor. These are the core engines that keep your pipelines running, and as long as these are green, the system is healthy. Below that, these are the three cards that give you the big picture at a glance, like the total number of workflows you have, how many are active, and how many have failed in the last 24 hours. Right now, everything is at 0 because this is a fresh setup and we haven't added any pipeline set. So let's fix that. And from here, everything is reachable through this left hand menu. So let's go to the DAGs tab. This is the DAGs tab and this is where all your pipelines actually live. A DAG is simply a pipeline and a set of tasks that run in specific order. And as you can see, it's empty right now because we haven't added any pipeline yet. In a moment, I will add the one and you will see it show up here automatically. But first, our pipeline needs a way to talk to Snowflake, so let's set that connection up first. So let's go to the connections tab. This is the connections tab. A connection is how Maestrop securely talks to your systems, your databases, your warehouses, and so on. You can see the different types supported here. As our pipeline is going to run the Snowflake stored procedures, so let's create a Snowflake connection for it. Let's create a new connection. I will give it a name, sales Snowflake connection. Keep that in mind, and I will fill the remaining values like the connection details, account, username, and so on. Yeah, I just filled all the values, and if your account has MFA enabled, you can put the pat instead of the password. And the nice part is I don't have to guess whether I got it right. I will just hit the test and Maestrop actually connects and verifies it for me, and there we go, it's working. Let's save it, and now this connection is ready for any pipeline that needs it. That's the setup done. Now let's bring in the actual pipeline. So here is the pipeline that I have written, a realistic sales ETL. I will not go line by line, but let me point out the important parts. First, right here, this is what we just created, sales Snowflake connection. That's how every Snowflake step in this pipeline knows how to reach the database. And it also smart about how it loads the data. It can run a full load or incremental load, and this branch decides which part to take based on a simple flag that we just pass when we trigger it. And the pipeline itself has a dozen of steps. It stages the orders and customers, then merges them into the sales table, and then it runs the data quality checks, refreshes the reporting models, and finally it publishes a sales smart that writes an audit record. Every one of these steps calls a stored procedure that already exists in the Snowflake account for which we created the connection. And Maestrop just orchestrates the order and the timing, and Snowflake does the actual work. We have also given it a daily schedule, so once it is in our Maestrop, it will run automatically every day. To get this into Maestrop, I simply push the file to my connected repository, and that's it. Now watch, I will go to the DAGs tab, and there it is. Maestrop automatically detected the new file and registered the pipeline. I didn't upload or configure anything here, it just appeared and it is ready to run. So let's go to the DAG. So there are two ways this runs. Because we gave it a daily schedule, Maestrop scheduler will create a run automatically every day, and we will see those runs show up on their runs tab under the runs tab, and no action needed from our end. But we can also run it on demand anytime. So let me trigger the one right now and watch it work. And when I trigger it, I can optionally pass the parameters like telling it to do a full load and like passing the other parameters. Let's kick it off. Clicking the pipeline opens its detail view. On the top, we get the essentials like its schedule, when it last ran, and when it will next run. These tabs below breaks it down. Run shows me every time this pipeline has executed. The task list show me the individual steps inside the DAG, and this one, the grid, is the clearest view of what's happening. Each column here is a run and each row is a task. And in the graphs tab, we can clearly see the shape of the pipeline here. Notice like how it splits into the two parts, the full load, the incremental branches, and then finally it merges back together before the final steps. So at any moment we can know exactly where our pipeline is. And in the codes tab, we can see the code that we pushed on the Git repo. Now that run is finished, let's open the particular run and go one level deeper. Here we can see when it started, when it ended, and how long it took overall, as well as every task with its status. Let me click into single task, the one that is running our Snowflake stored procedure. And under the logs here, you can see the exactly what this task did when it ran, and the full output right here. No need to go digging anywhere else. And under here, under the XCOM, we can see the values this task passed along. That's how the tasks share data with each other as the pipeline runs. And everything other you need to see here is in front of you. And in the graphs tab, you can see the graph that we saw previously, but with the proper color coding, like green for success, violet for the skip task, and red for the failed task. A few more things worth knowing. Landing times show you how long your pipeline take to finish over the time, and it is great for spotting when something is slowing down. The dead letter queue collects any task that failed for good, so nothing slips to the crack and you can retry them from here. And under the admin tab, we can manage who has access and what they are allowed to do. We can also add users and assign the roles like admin, editor, viewer, so everyone gets right level of access. That's the Maestrop. In just a few minutes, we connected to our data, brought in a pipeline, ran it, and watched every step, all from the one place. It gives you a simple, clear way to build, schedule, run, and monitor a data pipeline end to end. Thanks for watching.